Welcome back to Pokemon League World Championship here in the second half of 2026 as Blue takes on Lance. Two trainers in the top four as it stands. For Blue we have Tyranitar, Jolteon, Arcanine, Aerodactyl, Gyarados and Mega Alakazam. For Lance it is Gyarados, Haxorus, Salamence, Dragonite, Aerodactyl and Mega Charizard. Leading with Gyarados for Blues, leading with Aerodactyl for Lance. Gyarados with the type advantage here does get the attack drop on Aerodactyl. Storage does miss, but Gyarados with Waterfall does take Aerodactyl down. In comes the Salamence for Lance. Now it does get the Intimidate on the Gyarados as well. In comes Tyranitar for Blue. Dragon Dance for Salamence. Does get damaged by the Sandstorm set up by Tyranitar. Earthquake is not enough, even with that Dragon Dance boost, to take Tyranitar down. And Stone Edge will get a great lead here by 2 Pokemon for Blue. In comes the Haxorus now for Lance. Gyarados comes back in for Blue, gets Intimidate off on the Haxorus, but Outrage breaks through with a critical hit. Does take the Gyarados down despite the attack drop. And a further attack drop by Arcanine as well. Outrage will not be enough to take Arcanine down. Still decent damage despite 2 attack drops there. And Play Rough is a decent hit into the Haxorus, which is now confused. Gyarados comes in for Lance. Now Intimidate into the Arcanine. Play Rough is a decent hit into that Gyarados. And the Sandstorm will finally disappear. Wild Charge barely not enough to take the Gyarados down, and will heal with a Citrus Berry. And Waterfall does finish Arcanine off. The attack drop from Gyarados has saved it there. In comes the Jolteon. Dragonite comes in for Lance. Takes his Thunderbolt well from this Jolteon. Switching into the Tyranitar for Blue. We are level here at 4-4. Not much longer. Earthquake does take the Tyranitar down. Lance will finally take the lead of this battle. In comes the Jolteon for Blue. Weather Ball in the Sandstorm as a rock type move does take the Dragonite down. And now we are once again level 3-3 now. Jolteon slightly damaged by the Sandstorm there. Haxorus comes in for Lance, switching into the Aerodactyl for Blue. Dodges the Earthquake expertly there from Blue. Great switch into the Aerodactyl. Gyarados comes in for Lance. Now does get the attack drop on Aerodactyl. Ice Fang's not enough to take the Gyarados down. And Stone Edge will land, will take down the Gyarados. Only 2 Pokemon left now for Lance. In comes the Haxorus with Aerodactyl on an attack drop. A critical hit from Outrage does take Aerodactyl down. Alakazam now comes in for Blue. Does Trace Unnerve. Haxorus with the Choice Scarf though does get the Outrage and does take Alakazam down. It's just Jolteon left as Haxorus is confused. Haxorus will break through the confusion. Outrage does take Jolteon down, and despite being in the lead for most of this battle, Blue is defeated. Haxorus comes roaring back for Lance there and does finish Blue off. The Choice Scarf Haxorus breaking through confusion from Outrage. And it is enough to finish Blue off. Doesn't even Mega Evolved as Lance. And Haxorus with the Choice Scarf is enough to finish Blue off. It is yet another defeat for Blue. But Lance in the top 4 there does get a big win. It's a 2 Pokemon victory over his title playoff challenger Blue, who faces another defeat in the second half of this season. But it is Lance that brings it back to beat Blue by 2 Pokemon there.